In my last Minecraft Legend video, I talked about SpeedSilver, a creator who currently has around 3 million subscribers. In stark contrast, Happyheart, the Minecrafter I will be discussing today, currently has less than 1% of Silver's subscriber count. On top of this, he has not made a Minecraft video in over 2 years, and if you go to his channel today, it seems like he only uploads gameplay of the Outlast trials. So, unless you were around in the Hypixel Bedwars community 6 years ago, you are probably pretty confused. But despite Happyheart's rather unassuming appearance, what lies beneath the surface is one of the most creative, innovative, and entertaining Minecraft creators of all time. And even though you may not know who he is, his talent is undeniable. From absolutely ridiculous Bedwars stat lines to taking on some of the most notorious personalities in the Minecraft community, this is the story of Happyheart.
I'm the youngest nigga rapping, oh my God.
In previous Minecraft Legends, I structured a video like a timeline. I started at the beginning of their YouTube career, and ended with what they were currently doing. But for this video, I will be doing something a little different. Unlike the other creators I've covered, Happyheart's YouTube channel was pretty stagnant. He started his Minecraft career playing Mineplex, Parkour, and Hypixel, and he ended pretty much the same way. He took a 2-year break in 2018 and 2019, but the only real change that came from this was that his content became less immature. So instead of a timeline, this video will focus on what made Happyheart's content so memorable in comparison to every other creator during this era. And let's start off at the most important part of any creator's YouTube channel, the quality.
Go!
What's going on?
Oh, okay. Oh.
What just happened?
I'm going back. No! I died. No!
I scored a point! Sick!
He scored one!
Objectively, Happyheart's videos do not seem to be very high quality. Most of his thumbnails are MS Paint drawings made in less than 30 seconds. You can frequently hear people in the background of Happyheart and his friends recording. Anything that is not Minecraft is usually just a screen recording of Happyheart's entire monitor, which exposes the fact that he uses a MacBook. The background music ranges from the most beautiful piano cover you have ever heard in your life, to literally the Backyardigans theme song. Before he took his 2-year break, he used to exclusively play with the max FOV in Minecraft, making his gameplay look a little uncanny. And if you go all the way back to his earliest videos, the first couple doesn't have a weird demo mode watermark over them. All of these traits of Happyheart's videos are signs of low quality, and you would think that they would make the content age poorly. And while yes, some of these points of critique objectively detract from the video, as time goes on, Happyheart's lack of professionalism comes off more endearing and nostalgic than anything else. His content takes you back to a time before the days of Dream, Charmy Init, and Lifesteal SMP. It did not matter if your recording software sucked, if your audio quality was trash, or if your editing was basic. You could build a sizable audience based solely on the merits of your skill and personality. Plus, all of these bloopers make the content much more relatable to the average viewer. The Skype calls Happyheart has with his friends mirror a lot of the TeamSpeak and Skype calls I was in during the same era. Especially those moments you could hear someone's brother in the background.
Dude, what's happening to Chris?
Playing League of Legends.
Oh, I understand now. Yeah, that's understandable.
These days, it seems like every Minecraft creator is trying to have super slick and clean editing. Every part of the content creation process has been specifically curated in order to maximize viewer retention through storytelling. Every video has to have a twist, and every cut needs to be a smooth transition. This overemphasis on YouTube analytics first and making personal, unique content second has led to a lot of videos that clearly have a lot of effort put into them, but, in my opinion, are not very entertaining. When Happyheart was making his original run of videos, he was still in high school, and it is not hard to tell based on the quality of his videos. But nowadays, Minecraft content creation has evolved so much that you have teenagers like Not Nico, Parrot, and Charmy Init making objectively high effort, high production value videos in order to reap as much success on YouTube as they can. The amount of work these guys put in is undeniable, and even admirable. But, is their content actually good? I think it is a common belief on YouTube that effort put into a video and the entertainment value of a video go hand in hand. But does it really? I just mentioned Not Nico, so I'll use him as an example. Nico's current videos require a lot of effort put into them. The content requires set builders, script writers, modders, texture designers, actors, and, of course, people who come up with the video ideas. Some of these roles may be played by the same people, but at the end of the day, there is a lot of work put into Nico's content. However, Does anyone under the age of 12 actually watch this content? It's not like Nico is making The Lion King or something. Despite all of the effort that goes into his videos, they're objectively low quality slop for toddlers to slurp up. There's not anything inherently wrong or immoral about Nico's content. It's just not entertaining for people outside of the specific demographic of little kids. The truth about YouTube is that objective quality and subjective entertainment are not always in tandem with each other. I think it is more like a compass with entertainment value on one axis and quality on the other. In the low entertainment, low quality corner, you have the classic Minecraft Hunger Games Let's Play number 317 type videos. If anyone remembers Haikezi HD, his videos would go here. On the opposite end, in high entertainment, high quality, you have videos like Pidgicle's recent upload, I spent 1 year hunting for the skyblock item. This video had a lot of effort put into it, and the result is an experience that is unique, personal, and fun to watch. However, like I said before, some videos are high quality but low entertainment. I already mentioned Nico, but if you are unsatisfied with that example, there's also people like Preston Plays and Unspeakable. But then there is the last corner, low quality but high entertainment videos. This is where Happyheart lies.
These people are such varied players. There's just no adjective that's sufficiently powerful enough to express how bad these players are. Like, sure, they're very bad players, but bad isn't a strong enough word. It's an understatement. I'm putting things too lightly. And, you know, there's just no word that's strong enough. Terrible, awful, worthless, they're good, but none of these words hold enough power. So I'll just not use an adjective at all. What a varied player.
Why are Happyheart's videos allegedly so entertaining if they're of such low objective quality? It is not hard to record gameplay of a Minecraft minigame server and upload it to YouTube. That's what Haikezi HD did, remember? What is so good about Happyheart that I'm making a video about him and not Bluedo or It's Austin or Tabor or Haikezi? The answer is two important traits I briefly mentioned earlier, skill and personality. I will start off by discussing the former. As I mentioned previously, Happyheart made content mainly on Mineplex, Hypixel, and various parkour servers. He was certainly very good at parkour, having a whole series on his YouTube channel dedicated to setting world records in popular servers and housing lobbies. However, well, if you asked him, Happyheart would probably say his parkour videos are his favorite. What his core fanbase liked the most, parkour was not the thing that brought him the most YouTube success. On a similar note, judging by his Mineplex videos, he was unquestionably very good at some of the games on that server. But again, these videos were also not very popular outside of his core fanbase. Any potential leaderboards placements or insane records seem to have been lost to time due to Mineplex's closure. What Happyheart was most known for, however, was his inhuman skill at Hypixel Bed Wars.
So let's just start things off here with an almighty diamond axe to drill through this little defense of sorts. And you really want some almighty tools to get the job done. And we'd all like to take our time in these sort of things, but for things like this, you just want to be quick and get things done and over with. Because Red Team, they just have a very unpleasant odor, and you don't want to be living in this foul stench for very long.
I want you to imagine the average good Bed Wars player. You're probably picturing a player who is great at speed bridging, movement, and hotkeying. They never join a game of Bed Wars without a full party of other sweats. Their strategy revolves around rushing other people's bases as fast as possible with nothing but TNT and some blocks. If that doesn't work, then they might try using Invis Potion and then more TNT. This playstyle is the exact opposite of Happyheart's. While on occasion he would join a game with a few friends, usually he would solo queue teams of 4. Then, instead of speed bridging the middle and relentlessly attacking other teams, he would stock up on resources, playing the long game. He would buy armor, max tools, and a bow. Then, when he was ready to attack, he'd buy a jump boost potion and a swiftness potion. Not TNT or an Invis potion because that would be too predictable. But those other 2 potions you probably forgot are even in the game. This playstyle, while very unorthodox, made Happyheart stand out from every other creator, and it especially seems out of place these days when the speed bridging meta has only gotten stronger. His flashy strategy drew fans into his content, and they also made for some pretty impressive plays that led Happyheart to being included in people like TimeDeo and the Sig Blitz's top 5 Bedwars plays of the week.
And at your number 2 spot, we have Happyheart, Invis, Jump Boost, and a block clutch to start off this clip. He has no bed, okay? If he dies, he is out of the game. He is 1v4ing these blue players, attempting to get into their bed and destroy it. Playing very smart, really using and abusing that jump boost. It is so overpowered, guys. Definitely use it. Ends up killing all 4 players relatively close together, so he's able to break into their bed and destroy their bed. He doesn't even care. He's just going for it. He is just wrecking these players, constantly pushing in and making them scared, making them not know what to do. They're running away. They're just so confused. They're like, what is this one player doing to us? Finishes off the last blue player.
However, did his playstyle actually translate to becoming one of the best Bedwars players? Well, let's look at some numbers. Happyheart's stats may not have looked that appealing at first. His 6.54 final kill to death ratio and 0.84 win-loss ratio may be better than most players, but does not seem like the stats of the Bedwars GOAT. However, let's look at another much less talked about stat. Average total kills per game. This is the total amount of normal kills and final kills added up, and then divided by the total amount of games a player has played. The reason this stat is not looked at very much, I'll talk about later, but for now, let's just keep going. Happyheart's average total kills per game on his main account is 9.10. Pretty good, right? If you round up, he is, on average, expected to get 10 kills in every game of Bed Wars. But that's probably typical of all good Bed Wars players, right? Well, let's compare his stats to GamerBoy80, who is widely regarded as one of the best Bed Wars players ever. His average total kills per game is a whopping 4.44. That is less than half of Happyheart's. Maybe we should try another one. How about Sammy Green? His is 4.11. What about Bombies? Hers is 3.89. Vipra, Purpled, Manhall, Technoblade. Even non-Bed Wars mains like Dream, Fruitberries, and Rain Dynasty, none of these guys come close to the amount of kills Happyheart gets per game. In fact, I compared Happyheart to 30 other Minecraft players, most of whom are considered to be some of the greatest Bed Wars players ever. Of those 30, only 2 players besides Happyheart had over 6 total kills a game. One was Intel Edits, who averaged 6.57, and the other was the Best Ginger, who averaged 7.24. Additionally, both players played substantially fewer games than Happyheart, meaning they had a very small sample size to choose from. Digging deeper reveals even more interesting observations about Happyheart's game. His final kills per game is 3.29. This stat is nowhere near as absurd as his 9 total kills per game. In fact, it's not even the highest I've found, as Bed Wars Legends, Dephone, and Technoblade were higher, at 3.87 and 3.61 respectively, but it is still well above the norm. When you consider that, unlike most Bed Wars sweats, he was mainly solo queuing games and not focused on finishing them as fast as possible, this becomes much more impressive. He is also the clear leader in normal kills per game too, coming in at 5.8, with only Mind Manor barely crossing the 4.5 barrier. You can also add in the stats from his alt account, Pathetic Pancreas, for an even higher count of 9.25 total kills and 6.01 normal kills per game, although his final kills per game dip a little to 3.25. Lastly, I decided to calculate Happyheart's average beds destroyed per game. You would think that using a much slower, calculated strategy would lead to him not being able to destroy as many beds, as other players have a chance to attack before he does. However, this is another stat that Happyheart is unrivaled in. Happyheart averages 1.2 beds destroyed per game. The only other player who averaged over 1.0 is Dephone, who comes in at 1.09. Despite playing a much slower paced game, Happyheart still managed to break more beds on average than every other noteworthy player in Bed Wars history. The reason these per game stats are not looked at very much is because, typically, a good Bed Wars player is not going to lose a lot of games. So the amount of games they lose only make up a small fraction of the amount of games they actually play. While saying you dropped 15 kills in a single game sounds cool, saying you had 50 kills while on a 10-game win streak sounds even cooler, even though you only actually averaged 5 kills a game. There are also a few other points against Happyheart, namely that he almost exclusively played 4v4 games, played during a much weaker era of Bed Wars, and that, because of his unorthodox style, it is possible that most other good Bed Wars players could put up his stats if that was their intention. But, like the YouTuber Clayton Crowley says in his NBA videos, it is ultimately people taking advantage of their advantages that turn ordinary players into legends. Considering this is supposed to be a video about Happyheart's YouTube channel, I should probably mention that the background footage for most of his popular videos are his Hypixel Bed Wars highlights. And despite everything I just explained, you would still be shocked with some of the numbers Happyheart puts up in these individual games. In the video Be Impressed and Plays Again, Happyheart drops 32 normal kills, 8 finals, and 3 beds broken in a win. In Gain Revenge on Bed Wars Jerks, he dropped 40, 6, and 3, only to unfortunately lose the game during the final fight. But he would follow this up with a win where he dropped 22, 4, and 2. He played 8 games of Bed Wars in the 2 main installments of his French class Survivor stories, and in those games he averaged 15, 6.9, and 2, winning every single game. In I Get Upset at Non-Good Bed Wars Players, he dropped 16, 9, 3, and 5 in a win. Another very impressive performance. But wait, hold on a minute, he dropped 5 what? 5 Bridge Eggs bot? Well, no. Despite Happyheart almost single-handedly wiping out 3 teams of 4, he somehow managed to destroy 5 whole bridges made by enemy teams in between breaking their beds. Not only was Happyheart a Bed Wars anomaly, but he was also an incredible Bed Wars troll.
Everybody gets equal treatment around here. Everybody gets minorly inconvenienced. Except me, I get inconvenienced bigger. Blue team, a nice bridge, a nice waste of wool.
Happyheart was not just one of the most skilled Bed Wars players of all time, but he may have also been the most entertaining. The biggest reason for this is the variety of styles Happyheart employs in his videos that constantly shake things up. To give you an example, let's look at this video. A lot of different stuff happens. It opens with Happyheart and his friend playing doubles Bed Wars, and the audio is a combination of the real-time voiceover that describes what's happening in-game, and dubbed voiceover of an a cappella performance of an original composition.
No, this is a bad thing. No, this is a bad thing. No, this is a bad thing. No, this is a bad thing.
However, in between some of these clips, he reads out unintentionally hilarious Hypixel chat messages or YouTube comments. Then, 3 minutes in, it suddenly switches to voiceover from Happyheart's IRL friend, who tells a story about his French class. But then it switches to live commentary over 4v4 Bed Wars gameplay, only the same friend is still monologuing about some other random topic. And also the footage is desaturated now, and God knows why. Then it ends with a 1-minute outro used to show off some fan art. A big part of why Happyheart's content worked and still holds up today is how unpredictable and unusual it is. For almost every other Minecraft creator, you know what you are in for when you click on a video, whether it is unedited survival games gameplay or a heavily curated SMP video. But with Happyheart, anything could happen. He could go on a 15-minute voiceover rant about old Minecraft servers while he does housing parkour. He could upload a 6-minute live commentary Bed Wars video where he mocks and insults the lack of skill other players have. He could spend 10 full minutes doing nothing but breaking other people's bridges in Bed Wars just to inconvenience them. Or he could combine all 3 things into one video. You never knew what Happyheart was going to do next, and that's what made him so interesting.
Everybody gather round for the final showdown. This is the championship round, the 1 versus 1 of the century. We don't know what's gonna happen, and oh, what's Blue Team doing for this guy? What's going on? This is completely unheard of. Nobody's ever done this before in the history of baseball world record. That's insane. That's unbelievable.
Despite Happyheart's erratic content, there are a few recurring themes in his videos that are what people remember today. The first is something I already mentioned, and that's that he likes to do a little trolling. To anyone who has played Minecraft PvP, you almost certainly know how toxic it can get. Forget saying easy or el bozo, people are literally downloading hack clients to circumvent chat filters so they can call players slurs, send death threats, and dox people. Because of Minecraft PvP's reputation of being outlandishly toxic, it might seem strange I'm dedicating an entire section to a Minecraft player's toxicity and portraying it positively. But for starters, Happyheart was nowhere near as toxic as most players. In fact, he made a point to never swear in his videos. But more importantly, Happyheart's mockery had a point, at least kinda. In order to understand Happyheart's trolling, you have to place yourself in the era of when he was making his content. Happyheart's Bed Wars peak was in 2017, the first year Bed Wars was out. Because of how new it was, for every good Bed Wars player, there were 100 bad Bed Wars players who had zero clue what they were doing. This meant that you were going to inevitably encounter a lot of stupid plays and mind-boggling decisions while playing, both from your own team and other teams. These types of plays are what Happyheart highlighted in his videos. If he was able to win a 1v4, he would tell the other team to grow a brain. If he watched somebody accidentally fall into the void, even if it was his own team, he would tell them to dive faster. If someone built a ridiculously stupid bed defense, he would call it ridiculously stupid. While Happyheart was obviously poking fun of these people in his videos, I don't think they were ever mean-spirited. In fact, I think the displays of ineptitude frequently seen in Happyheart's videos were very relatable to the average viewer. Everyone has times where they choke a 4v1, times where they inexplicably fall into the void, and times where they get tilted and want to yell at their teammates for being complete idiots. This includes Happyheart, who had a running gag about how bad he was at speed bridging.
Oh yeah, great fun game, yeah!
Happyheart's videos show the reality of Bed Wars. Not everyone is skilled enough to be a sweaty speed bridger. In fact, most are not. So while we like to laugh at the degeneracy on display, at the same time, it was comforting to know that everyone makes mistakes, and everyone is just trying to have fun. Probably the most infamous trolling video Happyheart ever made was on a random dude he encountered while solo queuing 4v4 Bed Wars. The kid's name was AonII. He was an up-and-coming streamer on YouTube, who caught Happyheart's attention because after Happyheart killed AonII and his friend, AonII shouted in the public chat that he was live to 100 viewers and was going to report Happyheart for hacking. Not only was Happyheart also recording and not hacking, but AonII did not even have 100 viewers. He had 2, including Happyheart.
And I'm sorry, I have to apologize for that, because I overestimated how many viewers you had on your stream. You actually had 2, and one of them was me.
Happyheart's video on AonII mocked him for falsely accusing him of hacking, using a bad texture pack, and generally acting like a smug little prick. This video blew up on Happyheart's channel, and today stands as the most popular Minecraft video from his first wave of content. The video resonated with the Hypixel community due to it being the perfect representation of everything that made Happyheart's content special. The video was not of a high technical quality, but it didn't matter because it fit the vibe of the content. Happyheart was able to demonstrate his unique talent at Bed Wars, dropping 5 normal kills, 9 final kills, and 3 beds destroyed in the game he played against AonII. He also comedically mocked AonII throughout the video, adding to its entertainment value, but most importantly, he was able to intelligently and concisely articulate why what AonII was doing was wrong.
I feel like he was going to try and say something about how obvious it was that I was hacking, except for the fact that it was his own poor play that led him to his death, and even in his own deluded world, he understands that, so it just ended with the premise, the exposition, but it didn't go anywhere.
Video Game Donkey is one of the most critically acclaimed creators of all time, and also Happyheart's self-admitted biggest influence. What Donkey does better than any other creator is act as dual roles for the video game industry. He is able to effortlessly roast, mock, and joke about a game better than any other creator, but at that same time, he is also highly praised for his actual, serious video game reviews. In fact, he might be one of the most respected critics in all of YouTube. You would think that Donkey's constant comedic videos would detract from when he actually tries to make a real argument. I mean, who wants to hear Amy Schumer or Dave Chappelle's thoughts on the recent Marvel movie? But, counterintuitively, Donkey's comedic reputation only serves to emphasize the serious reviews even more. When Donkey starts to give his genuine thoughts on a piece of media, you know he means business, and you are more likely to hear him out. To this day, Happyheart is one of the few creators I have seen to successfully recreate Donkey's reputation. Happyheart spends most of the AonI video completely owning him on every front. But when a Happyheart gets serious and starts to explain the real issue he has with AonII, you are way more inclined to listen to his criticisms. The truth was that, like a lot of people Happyheart made fun of in his videos, most of us are closer to AonII than we want to admit. I have been in plenty of Discord calls with my friends where we get killed by one single guy playing a game, and then we accuse him of hacking in the call when he probably was not. By going after this one kid, Happyheart was going after this whole line of thinking and poking holes in it. While people are always going to rage and hackuse it when playing Bed Wars, Happyheart's mockery of AonII exposed the absurdity of that behavior.
Ah, what a big surprise! Tell me in the past lifetime if a real hacker ever admitted they were hacking when questioned. It's not like, hey, cool guy, Sherlock Holmes, you found me out, I was hacking, congrats!
Happyheart had already been experimenting with scripted, serious content before, but after the AonII video took off, it became a bigger part of his content. He uploaded story times about things like his high school French class, gave genuine advice on how to improve in Minecraft to his fans, and overall created more thoughtful, insightful content than he had ever before. When he came back from his 2-year-long break from Minecraft content, these video essays took up an even bigger portion of his content. He would analyze things like the state of Mineplex and parkour, with why Mineplex died and Hypixel thrived, and every Hypixel housing parkour ever, becoming big hits on his channel. His fans are gonna see a more serious side of Happyheart that he had kept hidden during the first few years of his career, and they were loving it. However, Happyheart did find himself in a few controversies during this time. Because he was not afraid to speak his mind in his serious videos, he ended up making 2 major call-out videos on other Minecraft creators. The first was in late 2017, and he called out the notorious PvP creator Tenebris. Tenebris was making somewhat similar content to Happyheart at the time, as he also liked to make fun of bad Minecraft players, although he focused more on hackers and Hypixel staff members. But where Happyheart and Tenebris were different is that Tenebris was way more toxic and mean-spirited than Happyheart. He seemed to get genuinely angry at the people he criticized in the videos, and whenever someone else called him out for this, he would not take them seriously. Happyheart's video was a wake-up call for Tenebris, for him to make his content less dramatic and mean-spirited, and instead focus on the actual valid points of criticism he is trying to make. Happyheart and Tenebris ended up making amends in an hour-long video they made together. All this has since been privated. Tenebris would spend the next few years growing his YouTube channel, becoming a more respectful and respected creator. Due to the nature of his content, he still got into some drama, but he was no longer the insanely toxic person that sparked Happyheart to make a video on him. However, in 2020, he would have grooming allegations come out against him, which caused him to sell his channel, and he has not tried to make a comeback since. Speaking of grooming allegations, the other, much bigger controversy Happyheart found himself in was with the big Minecraft creator, Dream. I don't want to talk too much about this situation, since I talked about it in a video last year from Dream's perspective, but to summarize, Happyheart uploaded a 30-minute critique of the Dream video, Minecraft's Longest Jump, in July of 2020, where he dug into Dream for taking a pretty complex topic and watering it down significantly for an easily digestible yet inaccurate YouTube video. While the video did not actually get a lot of attention, Dream felt the need to respond to it in his own video after a hater linked it to him on Reddit. The main issue Dream had was the fact that Happyheart had interviewed the founder of Minecraft's Longest Jump for 7 minutes in his video, and the founder claimed that Dream failed to credit him adequately. However, this was not the case, and Dream had actually gone out of his way to try and appease the founder while making the original video. Dream believed that if Happyheart had tried to talk to him before making the video, then Happyheart would have realized that he was spreading misinformation himself and cut the misleading interview from his video. However, besides that section, Happyheart's main thesis remained generally unchallenged, as Dream did a pretty poor job defending himself from the accusation that he had made an inaccurate video himself, in my totally unbiased opinion. While Dream and Happyheart eventually settled their differences in an hour-long interview, with both sides conceding points they were wrong about, a lot of Dream's fans did not see it that way. Happyheart's comment section became flooded of Dream fans accusing Happyheart of trying to cancel Dream, only making the video for money and clout, and were generally just acting like stereotypical Dream fans. A lot of people seemingly did not understand that Happyheart and the person he had interviewed were two different people. Ironically, Happyheart's quote-unquote exposed video on Dream starts out with,
Dream is a cool YouTuber.
Maybe if Dream had watched Happyheart's Tenebris video 3 years prior, he would have been able to do a better job at controlling his fans.
Let's say that X-Turtle, after making like hundreds of his videos of him hacking, released a statement to his fans where he said, "Hey guys, don't hack." Do you think that all the fans he inspired to hack so long ago would listen? No. Using the same idea, do you think your fans are going to not send hate if you tell them not to, when in all these videos, you're the one attacking the helpers with such an intensity? But to give credit where credit is due, at the very least, you actually gave the message outright in the actual video, as opposed to, you know, just one line in the description. Now you have to, not be mean?
Despite Dream acknowledging that he had mishandled the situation, he would continue to struggle with controlling his fanbase for the next 3 years. After the drama, Happyheart would continue uploading Minecraft videos for the next few months, but he never had another video as successful as his Dream debunked video, for better or for worse. Throughout 2020, Minecraft content underwent a major change. Traditional and simple commentaries were dying out in favor of highly modded challenge or SMP content, and this was something that Happyheart had no interest in. In early 2021, he would upload his last Minecraft video and move on with his life. While his online activity has gone up and down over the past 2 years, today he is active in the Outlast community, where he uploads random clips of gameplay footage. With how advanced both Minecraft and Minecraft content are today, it seems unlikely that Happyheart will ever come back. Even if he does, how many people would be there to watch is a whole other issue. To me, Happyheart's historic Minecraft career is now just a Minecraft legend, and one that will eventually be lost to history. A few years back, I made a video on the Minecraft PvP YouTuber Just a Hot Dog, where I talked about how, despite his small size, he had gained the respect of dozens of other much more popular creators, both in his niche and outside it. Happyheart is the same way. During its Tenebris beef, a notable Bed Wars creator you may have heard of named Technoblade took the time to give his 2 cents on the situation. Of course, I am sure Technoblade only watched this video and was not actually a fan of Happyheart.
I want to trade in the whole series of prequels for The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
On top of Technoblade, other YouTubers you may know that were fans of Happyheart include TimeDio, Bitzel, GVids, 30virus, Offend, Red is Dead, Choof, and even Leafy is here. It did not matter that Happyheart never even hit 30k total subscribers. It's clear that he had a huge impact on all of his fans, especially the other creators who watched him. Happyheart's content was something extraordinary, and it was very ahead of its time. Anyone who actually took the time to watch could recognize that. No Bedwars player had a greater knack for achieving insane single game stat lines than Happyheart. No PvP creator was as entertaining and unpredictable with their content than Happyheart. No Minecraft YouTuber could give more insightful commentary on the game itself than Happyheart. And very few people have the courage to critique generally respected or feared creators. It did not matter that Happyheart's audio quality was not the best, that his recording software often ran at low frame and bit rates, or that his editing left a lot to be desired. What mattered was that he was funny, he was skilled, and he was smart. Each year, thousands of kids across the world spend their time making basic YouTube videos on a variety of Minecraft servers. Some have success, but most do not. Regardless, 99.99% of them will end up eventually giving up content creation, with both the creator and their fans moving on with their life as they go into adulthood. Very few actually make content that stands the test of time and still holds up years after the fact. The only ones who do wind up as mythical figures in the community. Happyheart was one of these incredible few. Years after I have stopped watching almost every other Minecraft PvP creator, both past and present, it is Happyheart's 6-year-old videos that I keep coming back to, and that is a sign of a true Minecraft legend. Thank you for watching.
Audience's standards for content on YouTube tends to be pretty low, especially in comparison to audience's standards for things like television and movies. Now, given the title of this video combined with what I've just said, you might have thought that this is something I'm going to complain about, maybe about how people's low standards have allowed creators to become lazy, caring less about quality of content. But this is not the direction of the video at all. I'd like to argue that people having low standards for content on YouTube is mostly a good thing. It allows creators to make whatever videos they want with very little fear of judgment or failure.
Whoa, I can do anything like, oh, you make all things bright like, I don't know who